Welcome back to What You Missed, a video game news show where I discuss articles that occurred within days to a week ago that you may have missed that are important to the video game industry and possibly to you. Before I start the video, I just want to let you know about the most recent box 1UP box sent to me. It's filled with a bunch of goodies, really nice stuff. So if you guys see something you like, make sure to check the link down in the description below for a discount. I get a kickback, you get some cool stuff, everyone wins. 1UP box. So IGN recently released an article saying why we're hyped for Super Mario Odyssey, the Super Mario Odyssey Road to E3 2017. This is something that a lot of news reporters and news outlets will do. They will hype up E3 because it's a big thing and a lot of people will always go to these websites to find out what's going on in the gaming world. And thus, we have ourselves this article. So I thought it would be interesting to cover this. Various people's reasons for being excited for older game franchises being revived into the new age more so is always interesting to me, because nowadays you have younger kids who've maybe never ever played Mario before, and they're seeing Mario for the first time on the Switch, and he's got a cool hat, he's going on this colorful, amazing adventure, and it's definitely a way different take on video gaming rather than a dark, dreary, FPS, grungy, oh, the dregs of war. So let's talk about why they're hype. Mario's creator, Shigeru Miyamoto, called Super Mario Odyssey something a little bit more on the core side, and said it would go back to its roots of 3D Mario, which is enough for them apparently. It's set to feature more open-ended exploration like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, where I know a lot of fans absolutely love Sunshine, and 64, I love 64. Taking Mario through an unknown world, which I think that's kind of stretching it there, Miyamoto. No disrespect at all, but I mean, it's clearly the real world that you took and put Mario elements into it. That said, we've already seen and made fun of the new Donk City, a sort of Donkey Kong themed New York City that's populated with humans for the first time in a Mario game. And there's also tons of other different 3D locations, a forest full of mechanical teapots, and other things like that. Standard Mario stuff. Unique worlds that are interesting, captivating, with enemies to defeat, overcome, and people to rescue and save. That said, I would like to point out that this is not the first Mario adventure where there are real human-sized individuals with Mario. There was a game called Mario's Missing, which was Luigi's debut as the single player, and he rescued Mario because it was an educational game. It's not that great. There was Mario's Time Machine. There was Mario's Teaches Typing. There's all kinds of interesting Mario games that a lot of people didn't have a lot of experience with because they were pretty lame, to be honest, and I really do mean that. If you look back and you play those games, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. My point is, with this, covering this article, is that I'm very happy to see a colorful return of games. When the Super Nintendo came out, it was astonishing to see how many colors and what could be displayed on the screen at the same time. And really, what it did was it put an equal playing field out there. The games that were released on it, anyone could pick up the controller and play fairly easily. It didn't take a very extensive tutorial with controls to teach you how to do things. And the same could be said for Super Mario 64, where there were hints littered about each level telling you how to do a certain something. Maybe it would teach you how to kick off walls, do backflips, and things like that. And that's great. I really do appreciate discovering how to play the game and get good at the game versus being told what to do to solve the problem. More open-ended games are definitely needed in this era, but they also need to not hold your hand as much. And yeah, I understand that there's to a point where you're going to have to hold the player's hand. If they're in a level for 10 minutes and can't figure out what to do, maybe you should put an arrow up here and say, hey, over here, come this way. It would be nice. With all that said, I would like to point out that there was another main mascot franchise game that was released at one point in time with human-sized people and a certain hedgehog that didn't do so well. I don't even particularly think that the game itself was the problem. Yeah, it was glitchy and a horrible mess, but I mean, the cutscenes, they were just really awkward and weird for that Sonic game. I'm just hoping that Mario Odyssey does not go down that road. As long as it doesn't do that and just basically incorporates a Mario 64 kind of approach with the looks of Mario Sunshine, I'll be happy. The only thing I have to say that's a bit too silly for me is that stupid hat, man. You might like the hat. I'm not going to down you for it, but for me personally, it's just a a bit much. Why did you have to give it eyes? Why couldn't it have just been a hat that he hops on? Does it have to be sentient? It begs the question on what in the world that hat is, and it introduces the concept of a Mario partner once again that has to be overbearing, like a star or some type of guide that gets introduced that the player ultimately doesn't need. This is what I dislike greatly about Mario games and the Mario formula. I want to take control of Mario. I want to play through as Mario. I don't want a guide telling me how to save the princess. Give me 8 worlds, several levels to beat in each world, a boss or two, and wrap it up with a bow with new graphics. Thumbs up. You'll probably sell millions. You don't have to introduce gimmicky core mechanics to change and revolutionize gaming. You just have to make a compelling game that people will really enjoy. And that's why the rise of FPSs came about, because they were compelling games that everyone enjoyed without unique gimmicks that destroyed their ability to play the simple mechanics of the game. So that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you feel the same way. Maybe you feel completely different. Maybe you want to tell me that I'm really stupid for not liking that hat. You feel free to leave those comments in the section below. I've been your host, Protomario. I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thanks for watching.